and we're digital affiliate marketers. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So tonight we're going to talk about vision.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about expanding your vision, because I think a lot of us have got so used to just living in the life that we live, in the day-to-day, in the things we always do, that we forget about vision. We forget about it altogether. And we can tend to lose sight of our dreams, lose sight of the things that we really want, and just find ourselves stuck. So tonight we want to talk about 4 areas to help you with your vision, because it's your vision that's going to take you forward. It's seeing it before it's done that is the trick to success in anything, and particularly in business.
Yeah, I love thinking about vision, and especially if you think back to when you were a kid, when you ask kids what they want to be when they grow up, they'll tell you this extravagant idea of whatever it is that interests them. For me, it was always, I wanted to be a vet since I was like, I don't know, since I could speak. I was like, I'm going to be a vet when I grow up. I think this idea of vision and dreaming and thinking about what you actually want to create in your life, we have that as children. When we're born into this world, we're passionate, we're excited. We want what we want, and we just think we're going to get there, right? We just believe deeply that we deserve it, that we should have it, that we want these things and they're going to happen for us. Somewhere along the way in this journey called life, that tends to slip away for some people. I know for me personally, it really did. I actually got to a point in my life about 4 or 5 years ago where I just stopped dreaming altogether. And the reason that's so sad is because then, like Fran was saying, you just get caught in the here and now, week to week. You're just living every day, and you're not ever moving towards a bigger goal or a bigger dream or a bigger life. You're just existing, getting through week to week, day to day, month to month kind of thing. And I think this idea of vision and dreaming and allowing yourself to dream, I think the reason we get stuck and we stop doing that is because it feels unrealistic. Drop it in the comments below if you feel like dreaming about what you would really love to have in your life feels silly and unrealistic. Because for me, that's what I felt. And that is why I stopped dreaming altogether. I just gave up on it. I was like, just going to get through life, just going to scrape by, live in the moment, and whatever happens, happens. And I think this is why vision is so important, because if you don't know where you're going, how are you ever going to get there? If you don't know what you want, hey, Jessica, if you don't know what you want, how are you ever going to create it? How are you ever going to create it if you don't even know what you want? When you get in the car, I definitely do this because I'm bad at directions. Fran's like, she is. I'm telling you, I know. I never get to the right place. When you get into a car, even sometimes with GPS, if you don't put a GPS direction where you want to go in your car, if you're anything like me, you get very lost. You don't actually get to where you want to go. The same is true for our life. The same is true for our vision, and I think it's the most beautiful thing you can do to actually sit down with yourself and go, what do I want? So often we don't even allow ourselves, when you're on your own, just you and your brain thinking about, you don't even allow yourselves to think about the possibility of what you would like to create. And my invitation to you tonight is to actually do that. Take 5 minutes. Anyone can fit in 5 minutes, no matter how busy you are. 5 minutes to sit down and go, what do I actually want to create in my life? How do I want my life to look? How do I want my life to feel? What do I want to be doing with my time? How much money do I want to make? I'm a very visual person. I have right here in front of me a vision board. And this just means you go into Google and you take beautiful photos off Google, because they're everywhere on Google, of all of those things in pictures, and then you stick them up on a board and you get to visually see them. So as a really visual person, that's really helpful for me, and it might be for you as well. And I look at that and it just makes me smile, because I'm like, this is where I'm going. That is my GPS. that is my vision. And every day I think I'm working towards making that my reality. And there's already things on that vision board that I've ticked off. And it's so rewarding and it's so empowering and it's so exciting when you remember that you can create whatever you want if you actually allow yourself to believe that. If you actually allow yourself to go, hang on a minute, I'm in control here. What do I want my life to look like? What do I want to create?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you can't tell, I love this topic. What else we got, Fran?
Well, I thought I might add, as our second little point, a way to bring yourself to a place that allows you to visualize more, or allows you to drop into a place where you can see your vision. And it is true that our minds can get so busy and so caught up that we can't even get to the place that Ash is talking about, to that place of seeing what we actually want, because our mind gets stuck on either the past or the future. So the past is all about worrying what has happened, what's gone before, what didn't work, all those sort of things. The future is worrying about what might happen, what might go wrong, what mightn't work out. And when our minds live in those two places, I saw someone say that, they do feel stuck. That's why we feel stuck. It's because you're stuck in the past and you're worried about the future. So you're stuck in the mud in one instance and you're fearful in another instance. So one of the simplest things to do in a daily practice, weekly practice, whatever you want to do, is to actually bring yourself into a more mindful state. And what does that mean? It means being present. And it actually takes a little bit of conscious effort to do it at first. So my favorite thing, I practice mindfulness quite a bit because it's helped me in my life so much. And I'll tell you my favorite one, and you would just slot it into your life, your favorite place, your favorite, how you would do it. So I have a property with horses, and I have some logs that have fallen down that provide seating under the trees in the horse paddock. And this is where I go for some mindfulness. So I'll go out and I'll sit on my favorite log and I sit quietly and I slow my breathing and I become very present. So what's that mean? I concentrate on something that's happening exactly in that moment. And the simplest thing is your breath, because you take your breath everywhere you go. So if you're not in a log in the paddock, you can be anywhere and bring yourself to your breath. You can even be in the busiest train station, sitting on a bench, and become present. So you can do this anywhere. So you start to concentrate on just your breath in, and then your breath out. You start to feel your breath and notice your breath. Then you start to notice something that's happening in the moment that involves your senses. So for me, out on my log, it's usually bird song. I can usually hear a bird somewhere tweeting away. And when I sit quietly, I actually start to hear 10 birds, all different songs, all different things happening right in that second, right in that moment. Another way is you can notice the warmth on your cheek from the sun, or a breeze that's coming through. And you just keep noticing everything in the moment. The funny thing that's going to happen is your brain is going to start to drag you to the past or the future constantly. Stupid things like, did I turn the iron off before I came out? What am I having for dinner? Oh, what have I got to cook? Yeah, things like that. As soon as you hear them in your head, you bring yourself back to the present moment. As soon as you hear that, you just let it drift and you concentrate on your breathing, on a sound, on a sensation. Add that into your life and see what changes for you.
And I love this too, because when you get grounded and you practice mindfulness, it becomes a lot easier to tap into what you actually want. And I know for me, I actually wrote a post about this the other day. I am someone that has been chronically busy my whole life. So being mindful, finding stillness, and actually being present is something that I really struggle to do because I love being busy. It's a really good distraction, isn't it? And I think when you actually do slow down and anchor in and ground yourself, you'll be amazed at what it actually does for you inside and how that actually gets to change your life as a result of becoming present, being mindful, and actually allowing yourself the time and the space to anchor into what you actually feel and what you actually want. So this is really powerful, and I would really invite you to do that. I know I was listening to Fran, I was like going into Zen. I was like, oh my God, if she doesn't stop, I'm gonna fall asleep. So what do I want to talk about next? I want to talk about how when we're thinking about our vision and what we want to create, very often, if you're not dreaming big enough, this won't happen for you. So I would encourage you to dream bigger. It's going to require a version of you haven't become yet, because you likely want to create things in your life that you don't have yet. So, thinking about this can be a little bit intimidating, because I know for me, it's like, oh, that next big income goal I'm going for, I'm like, haven't had it yet. So I know it's going to require a version of me that is different to the person I am right now. Now, this is a great thing because you can change that. You can change what you're doing in this very moment right now to be able to allow you to create the results and success that you want. So what does this actually look like? When I'm thinking about that next level version of me, I always think of it as like Ashley 2.0. And it's like, what are your daily habits? Actually sitting down and going, what are the things I'm doing every day? What is going to move me that little bit closer every single day to get me to that result, to get me to that thing that I want? There's so many things that we can change in the moment. For me, it's like stopping procrastinating, because I still do that. Actually
don't we all?
Yeah, right, don't we all? Becoming really intentional with my time and how I'm spending it. Things like the people that you're actually surrounding yourself with. This one's actually really important, because if you're in and around people who are playing it small, who are talking about all of their problems and everything that's going wrong in the world and how they'll never get what they want because there's so many reasons why they can't have it, that impacts you. That does, whether you think that or not, it really impacts what you believe to be true about yourself and what you can create and what you can do. So the people that you surround yourself, I know for me, when I'm going for a big goal, I get laser focused. So I'm like, everything that's not a priority right now, I'm going to say no to. Now, it's not forever. I know Fran and I, we love to do these 90-day sprints, and we're about to do one now where you get laser focused for 90 days. That's 3 months. And that's very doable to go, what is going to take me closer to my goal? What are the daily habits? For me, it's reading personal development books, listening to podcasts, surrounding myself with the right kinds of people, getting laser focused, and tapping into my vision of what I'm wanting to create at the end of that 90 days. Every single day, reminding myself that I can do it, that it's possible, that I'm getting closer every day. And I think you'll be surprised that when you get to the end of creating that actual result, that was a different version of you. Like along the way, you changed, you adapted, you shifted, you grew your mindset, you changed your habits, you moved into that 2.0 version of you. And that's why you got there. Right? Because I think when we have these results that we want and we haven't got them yet, of course it's going to require a different version of us to get there. And I think looking at that and going, I can change who I am in a moment if I desire it, if I choose to, if I make that decision and go, I'm going to get there. What does it take for me to do to be able to achieve that? Who I need to become.
Yeah.
And I think that's really powerful.
And how you find that out? How you find out what you need to become, who you need to be, what you need to do? You follow people who are doing it.
Yeah.
You follow other visionaries. We're all visionaries. We all have the capacity to have a larger vision and to reach for something more and to stretch for what we want. So you follow people who are doing that. You get in their vicinity You get in their coaching, you get in their mentoring, you get in their systems, you follow them. You follow exactly what they're doing and allow their bigger vision to draw you forward to your vision. And I've got a higher level mentoring group that I'm a part of, and I'm like the little fish in the big pond there. We're all entrepreneurs and we're all digital affiliate marketers. And I've just started in this training group, and I'm really the little fish. You know, when I'm talking about making 10 to 20K a month, they're talking about 50 to 100 a month. It triggers me a little bit, but it stretches me as well. And I know that's where I need to be. I need to be with the visionaries who are doing what I want to do. You know, if I can create 20K a month, why can't I create 50 or 100? Of course I can. I just need to step to the next version. I need to keep following the steps I've already been following and expand them. And we can all do that. Wherever you're starting from, you can do that. You just have to find the people to follow. So we're putting it out there that we feel we're pretty good people to follow. We've got a pretty big vision and we've got a great system in digital affiliate marketing to follow. So just comment below if you want to know more about that. Just comment below if you would like to know more about what we do, how we do it, and, you know, our vision for our future and our vision for you.
Yeah.
Because that's really what we do. We really breathe belief into you and allow you to expand your vision and then just give you a pathway to get there. So I think that's all from me. How about you, Ash?
No, that was perfect. We are here to breathe that belief into you. So allow us to do that for you.
Yeah.
All right.
See you all later. Bye.